What's up, Chris? Today, I'm going to talk about something every single student has asked me at some point in our lessons, okay? Please, Doug, show me some cool fills, or I want to learn how to play that specific fill you did in that blank song. So I developed a 5-part program called 5 Steps to Better Fills. Notice how it doesn't say, learn this fill today, or how to play that one fill off this one record. Sure, I can and I will teach you how to do certain specific fills, or, the one fill that you saw your favorite drummer do on YouTube during the same series, no problem. But more importantly, I think it's just a better idea after you reach a certain level in your drumming that you learn how to just be better and more creative in making your own fills. All right? So we're starting right off at lesson 3, from licks to concepts. Again, it's not about learning this specific lick I'm going to show you. This is just a fill-in-the-blank lick that I'm going to use as an example so you can start to approach your fills in a different way. But since we are starting in the middle, lesson 3, I have to show you just a little bit of how we got to the lick that I'm about to show you. Let's get started. That's the full lick. How did we get there? I'm assuming because you're here that you know what a paradiddle is. If not, it's right, left, left, right, left, left. Now, I did something called combination rudiments. I started to combine rudiments into one new rudiment or 2 new rudiments. I put a flam at the beginning of each paradiddle. Flamadiddle, 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 flamadiddle. Okay? I added a drag, and now it's called a flam drag paradiddle. Okay, check it out. If you don't know what you're reading here, every time that you put a line, a dash, through a note in percussion music, and I know you've been through it, you may not have, I just don't know how much you know for reading. So every time you see the dash over the very top one that says L, it has a strike through the middle of it, that means it's a double bounce. So I have a flam, double bounce, right, right. Flam, left, right, right. And the bottom one's the same thing. Flam, right, left, left. Flam, right, left, left. This is called a flam drag paradiddle. I combined the flam, the drag, and the paradiddle together to make one rudiment. That's the beginning of this lick. Flam, double bounce, right, right. Flam, double bounce, left, left. There you go. Check that out. If you need more time to figure that out, go ahead. If you're not as advanced as the student who I am teaching here and you're watching this on YouTube, go all the way back to the paradiddle, put the flam on the front, do it slowly. It's not a competition. All right, back to Chris. We use 2 rudiments. The 5 steps are rudiment, lick, concept, creativity, and musicality. So these were the rudiments that started it all. I added 2 more rudiments to that. If you can see it here, 5-stroke roll and a single-stroke roll. Look at here. Right, right, left, left, right. Left, left, right, right, left. And then we have 16th notes, single stroke. All together, flam drag paradiddle, 5 strokes and single strokes. Sounds like this. Again. Last time. That's how we got to this lick. A lick, as far as this teaching is concerned, is combinations of rudiments. Combination rudiments and combinations of rudiments. A combination rudiment is adding rudiments together to make one new one. That's the flam, drag, paradiddle. And we combine that with a 5-stroke roll and a single stroke roll and made an entire measure of a lick. That is pretty cool. By itself, that's pretty cool. We're gonna move on to the drum set. We're gonna use that lick, okay? But watch what happens when we now turn it into a concept. Okay, so we have our lick. Now we're gonna turn this from a lick into a concept. There's 5 ways to do that. Instrumentation, augmentation, addition, subtraction, and division. Let's start with instrumentation. I'm gonna take my lick and try it on a few different instruments. See what this sounds like. I like that. I'm gonna try something else. I'm just using the exact same fill on different instruments. I like that. I took my original lick, tried out some different instrumentation, and I'm going to end up practicing all these different instrumentations over time because I want to be able to pull it out whenever I want to and turn it into something different. But by taking a concept and exploring instrumentation, you can turn it into something completely different. Now I see this whole lick as maybe something that I can use right off of a beat that's already kind of doing its own thing on the doubles on the ride or something. I'm practicing, I'm using a lot of different instrumentations to see where I can take it. But that's really easy for someone who already has the lick down. The next one is augmentation. Augmentation simply means I'm going to take the exact same lick, but use different limbs to play it. One of the main staples that you want to know when playing drums is the bass drum can play any stroke in any rudiment. For instance, the single stroke, easy. I can go like this. All of this is a single stroke roll. I'm just using the bass drum as one of the strokes. Likewise, double stroke. Double stroke roll. Paradiddle. So I can take any stroke in any rudiment and use it with the bass drum. So I'm thinking, if I want to augment this, I could go. I'm taking the 5-stroke roll and I decide to augment it. What if I wanted to take the 5-stroke roll? The way I'm doing it now is right, left, right, left, right, left. What if I just did 2 right-handed 5-stroke rolls? I'm doing the same rudiments in the same way, in the same order, just augmenting which limbs I'm using, how I'm playing those rudiments. So now I have this. I like that. Really cool. So we have instrumentation, I've experimented, I have augmentation, I experimented. Now, let's do with addition. I'm gonna take my rudiment, I'm gonna take my lick, my concept is now just the sound that I have. I have the sound, I have the concept that I want. I've experimented with augmenting it with different hands. Am I using the feet here? Am I changing it around? And now I'm going to add to it. I'm not going to add to it lengthwise. I'm going to stack it. What if I put the bass drum with this ride cymbal? I want to do some more stacking. What if I want to turn this 5-stroke roll? I want to flam the double. Still a 5-stroke roll. Still a flamadiddle, I just added a bass drum. What do you want to subtract? Maybe you just want to take out the first flamadiddle, so you're already playing. I just took out the first one, so the beat 1 of whatever beat I'm playing or whatever fill that is, I just subtracted one of them. Like that, whatever. I subtracted a piece of it, so I had to know where I wanted to put it. Now it just starts on beat 2. Okay, so now we're gonna try division. After we've changed the instrumentation, after we've been able to augment our rudiments or using different hands and feet to make the same rhythms, after we have added using the bass drum, using flams, adding the hi-hat, whatever we needed, and we have subtracted, meaning that we can take pieces out and know where to start the fill, where to start our concept, because when you subtract, that's really what you're doing. You're subtracting a piece, so you have to know where it starts in the beat, because it's going to start in a different place where you take a piece out, or where it ends. After we have all that, now we can divide. I'm going to divide this concept into two different parts. The first part being the flam paradiddles, the flam drag paradiddles, and the 5-stroke rolls. And I'm gonna use everything that I've learned, everything that I've practiced to come up with something new. But I'm gonna divide them so I can start taking pieces out and using them wherever and however I want to, not just as a lick. We'll start. I divided the lick, which is now a concept. I used layers with addition. I subtracted and started to put it in different places. Like I started with the flam drag paradiddle. That last little part was the 5-stroke roll, in exactly the same way it's used. Just in a different. I just divided it, used it alone. Let's hear it again. You get the picture though. I can use, now I got the single stroke. So I use that single stroke at the end. I've made up a whole new beat, or I can just use it to throw it in where I need. Because I've taken that concept, divided it into pieces, used the instrumentation that fit the song, and added the bass drum where I needed, a flam here or there where I needed. So this is your homework. You're going to take a lick that you already know, you've played for years, no big deal, or make a new one. Take two rudiments, put them together, make a lick. I don't care. Flam, paradiddle, 5-stroke roll, paradiddle diddle, 6-stroke roll, whatever you can do, single strokes, doesn't matter. Two rudiments, put them together and make a lick. Or use a lick that you already know very well. And you have to use two different instrumentations, because now you're going to turn that lick into a concept. So you take that lick and you use two different instrumentations, two different augmentations, two different additions, and two different ways to subtract it. After you have all of those, you take that concept that you've made and divide it. Divide it, divide it, divide it. Put the pieces in different places. Just at least once. At least once. How do you turn a lick into a concept? Instrumentation. Which ones are you going to use? Use them all at some point. Augmentation. How do you turn the lick using different hands or feet to make the same rhythm? Addition. Adding bass drum, flams, rolls, whatever you need to every stroke so it has the same rhythm, but you can start it on different hands or feet. Subtraction. Take pieces out of the lick so you can start it or end it at different places in the beat. And finally, division. Divide the lick into different pieces that you can use anywhere at any time during a song or a beat. Try it. I need 2 instrumentations of your lick. I need 2 augmentations of your lick. I need 2 additions, 2 subtractions, and 1 beat using division of your concept. Good luck.